So Jamie Foxx suffered a very serious medical emergency that landed him in the hospital. And we are going to describe just how serious this is.
I would show up to the party in my little in a little town car. There's town, I grab a town car so I could skirt. Puff, the SUVs and the road and the Bentleys, the whole night. He get out. I get out too with a camera. The big Canon, like, yo, Puff, I should document this, right? Yo, what's up, Playboy? What you talking about? I said, I should get this, man. You, Fonz with the whole nine. He says, yeah, let him through. Excuse me. So I get the, but at that time, it wasn't like the little camera y'all got. It was the big intrusive Canon. I had a battery pack. Hold on, man. Let me change the pack. Put my light on here. Do that again, Puff. Do that again. I missed that one. Do that again. Put the pack. So I started following him. So I followed him the whole time. I remember watching Puff at the Beverly Hills Hotel, filming it.
Oh boy, it seems like the Diddy drama is spiraling into a whole new level of crazy because Katt Williams just dropped some bombshells, accusing Diddy of allegedly trying to unalive Jamie Foxx after Jamie decided to step away from Diddy's infamous freak-offs. Remember when Jamie faced that serious medical emergency last year? Well, buckle up, because it wasn't just some random health scare. It was allegedly orchestrated by none other than Diddy himself. Katt is now spilling all the tea on how Jamie found himself on the brink of disaster due to his mysterious illness, and he's pointing fingers directly at Diddy. This story is wild, and Katt didn't hold back on any details. Now, the burning question is, why is Katt choosing to speak up about this now, and is he really part of a larger conspiracy to take Diddy down? The timing is raising eyebrows, and we can't help but wonder if there's more to the story that's yet to unfold.
I'm gonna tell you like I told Puffy, I don't let men take me out, sir. I'm good. I'll do no damage.
Okay, so at this point, I think we can all agree that some very powerful people are behind Diddy's downfall. Cause girl, the more we hear about him, the more we realize the messed up things that Diddy was allegedly involved in for years. And think about it, if Diddy has gotten away with this alleged behavior for more than 20 years, why is he getting exposed now? Well, Katt has all the answers to that, because he is now claiming that the reason Diddy is now getting exposed is that he has fallen out of favor with the Hollywood higher-ups who have always protected him for years. And now that Diddy no longer has that protection, he is free game. And that's why we're starting to see more stories and revelations come out about him. Now, Katt has never been the type of person to shy away from talking about the shady side of Hollywood. And he has spoken about Diddy a couple of times in the past because he has never been scared of Diddy or his backers. However, he is taking things a step further now and exposing some really sinister sides of Diddy. Now, most things that people have exposed Diddy for are stuff about him putting paws on people or allegedly essaying people, but Katt has something crazier to talk about because he just claimed that Diddy allegedly tried to unalive Jamie Foxx. Back in April last year, we all got wind of Jamie Foxx being hospitalized. The family kept the real details under wraps, and you know when there's a lot of hush-hush, something's cooking. Turns out that something might just be Diddy. According to Katt, Jamie, who was a longtime attendee of Diddy's notorious wild parties, recently broke down and opened up to him about what really goes down behind the closed doors of these extravagant gatherings. He didn't hold back, sharing tales of wild pool parties, lavish spending, drugs, and some eyebrow-raising activities that left fans in utter shock. If you've been keeping your ears to the streets, you know Diddy's parties are the stuff of legends. Rumors about the wild shenanigans there have been circulating for ages, and it's not just about popping bottles and hitting the dance floor. Oh no, according to the grapevine, there's a whole other level of shenanigans going down behind those VIP doors. We're talking about orgies, and not just with anyone, but allegedly with male rappers, and shockingly, some even claim underage boys in certain cases. It's kind of mind-boggling when you think about it, but hey, it's Diddy we're talking about, and whispers about his alleged involvement in such activities have been around for decades. Allegedly, of course. So let's talk about how Diddy's parties are a whole different breed of crazy. It's not just the wild parties that got people spilling the tea about Diddy. Recent news about some twisted incidents made the news, and it got worse with his ex-girlfriend Cassie's lawsuit, which opened Pandora's box for Diddy. Cassie straight up dropped a bombshell in that lawsuit, revealing just how messed up her relationship with Diddy was. Turns out Diddy had a penchant for male escorts, and Cassie spilled all the deets on some seriously wild escapades. She really went on, and girl, the things she said in that lawsuit are straight out of a horror movie. According to Cassie, Diddy would bring in these male escorts, and she found herself tangled up in some intimate encounters. And it wasn't just about watching. Diddy played the director, calling the shots during these so-called freak-offs. Cassie also spilled that Diddy used to record these escapades, confirming what Jamie Foxx used to do at the Diddy parties he frequented. The rumor mill suggests Diddy allegedly took advantage of young artists at these gatherings, coercing them into engaging in questionable activities. Jamie Foxx was a regular at these parties until he mysteriously fell ill and almost died. Jamie, in his own way, had hinted about the things going down at these parties, even if he didn't spill all the details. He once talked about the craziness at Diddy's parties and even claimed that Diddy once assigned him the task of recording the questionable activities that unfolded there.
You know, you couldn't even get in this party, so the way I would get in this party is I show up with a camera.
Puff, yo, you gotta let me film this, the whole thing. We need to document this, Playboy.
Now, before we dive into Katt's bombshells, can we just take a moment to acknowledge the multiple accusations against Diddy? People claim he allegedly tried to coerce them into freak-offs, and the guy apparently loses it when they turn him down. In 2013, federal agencies were all up in Diddy's business, launching an investigation into the nature of his activities with young boys. When the feds step in, you know they mean business. They probe deep into Diddy's world before abruptly dropping the investigation. According to Katt, Diddy was still under the protection of some very powerful people at the time, and they pulled some strings to get the feds off his back. But hold up, there's more. Diddy's former artist, Mase, dropped hints that Diddy tried to push him into a freak-off when he was under Bad Boy Records. Allegedly, this ordeal was the real reason behind Mase's beef with Diddy, eventually prompting him to ditch the label. After parting ways with Bad Boy Records, Mase took a detour from the rap game to pursue a higher calling, becoming a pastor. Some folks speculate that Mase's decision to step away from the mic and embrace Christianity might be linked to witnessing some wild things at Diddy's parties that didn't align with his spirit. It's not unusual for artists to find solace in religion when the industry gets too real. Looks like Mase might have encountered things that didn't sit right with his soul, steering him towards a more spiritual path. But before he went on to become a pastor, he and Diddy didn't quite end it on good terms. Word on the street is he didn't get paid by Diddy after leaving the records. Yeah, you heard it right. No cash, no checks, just radio silence on the payment front. And if that ain't enough, Diddy supposedly did a number on Mase's rep in the industry and got him blacklisted.
You know, I did one album with Mase. One album. How much money do you think I owe this guy? One album, and then he became a fake pastor and went and conned people.
He went around spreading rumors, talking smack, making it impossible for Mase to land a deal with another label, which is just shady. And now he's back to spill the tea on the secrets he once saw. In an interview, Mase threw shade at those who've been working behind the scenes to pour mud over his name for years, claiming that there was more to Diddy and his parties than we would ever know.
And I want to tell you why, you know. If the devil can use him aggressively, then I want you to know God could use me aggressively.
When Mase dropped the bomb saying it was worse than we thought, he wasn't playing around. Rumors about Diddy's sexuality have been circulating for decades. Back in the 90s, the industry was buzzing with whispers about Diddy's preferences, and Suge Knight and Tupac Shakur were among the first to throw those questions out into the open. Suge, never one to shy away from stirring the pot, dropped some bold hints in the 90s about Diddy's preferences. At that time, Suge wasn't exactly sharing a buddy-buddy vibe with Diddy. He went on the record making statements that had people talking. Suge wasn't the type to beat around the bush. He threw shade at Diddy and spilled the real tea on what Diddy was up to behind the scenes. Let's not forget Tupac Shakur, who had an intense rivalry with Diddy. Tupac, known for his candidness, had suspicions about Diddy's sexuality and didn't hesitate to voice his concerns about Diddy being on the DL. Whispers were floating around the industry, and Tupac, true to his nature, addressed them head on. And what about 50 Cent? He's been on Diddy's case for as long as we can remember. 50 Cent was among the first to clock onto Diddy's secret activities, holding nothing back. He called out Diddy's sexuality, even dropping some pics that set the entire internet ablaze. One time he posted this picture of Diddy and Rick Ross that looked like they were making out and captioned it with "something ain't right." Now, I'm not here to judge anyone's lifestyle, but 50 Cent has this unique talent for making us all sit up and pay attention. It's like he's the hip-hop detective investigating Diddy's moves, and he has been quite relentless. For example, there's the time he said, "I can no longer help you guys. Soon you will all be gay and happy. You are now left under the leadership of Puffy Daddy. Report to the nearest rainbow." He even talked about how Diddy offered to take him shopping.
So yo, when we gonna get the chance to, to kick it, like we could just hang out? We gotta kick it.
This is Puff. Okay.
You're telling me we gotta kick it? He's like, yo, why don't we go shopping or something? I mean, I pay for it. And I was like, what the this just say?
In the past couple of weeks, Diddy has faced a barrage of accusations from several young men who once looked up to him for mentorship and a shot at success in the entertainment industry. And let me tell you, these allegations are hitting Diddy hard. Among the accusers are notable young figures like rapper YK Osiris, actor Orlando Brown, and Empire star Brycer Gray. These guys, at some point, considered Diddy a mentor, thinking he would pave the way for their success. Little did they know Diddy wasn't handing out freebies. Brycer Gray's introduction to Diddy happened through his manager, Charlie Mack, who helped him land his role in Empire. Brycer had goals of becoming a rapper, so Charlie Mack connected him with Will Smith, who then linked him up with Diddy. Now, considering the rumors about Will being a frequent participant in Diddy's wild escapades, you can connect the dots. The streets are buzzing with claims that Diddy allegedly blackballed Brycer when Brycer grew tired of the wild activities, which might explain why Brycer faded from the scene after Empire. But hold on, there's more. Even Usher, Diddy's protege, isn't exempt from the whispers surrounding Diddy's peculiar fantasies. Usher spilled the tea in an interview with Howard Stern, recounting how he was sent off to live with Diddy at the tender age of 14, all orchestrated by L.A. Reid. With Diddy rubbing shoulders with big names in the industry, Usher got a first-hand look at the industry. Usher spilled the beans about his time living with Diddy, and let me tell you, it was more than he bargained for. While trying to learn the ins and outs of the industry, Usher was also dragged into what Diddy called the Diddy Flavor Camp. And trust me, it wasn't your typical music boot camp. Picture this, a 14-year-old Usher, away from home, suddenly thrust into Diddy's world of flavor camp. You can't help but wonder what kind of flavors were on that menu. Although Usher didn't dish out all the details in his interview, he hinted at witnessing some seriously wild stuff that a young teenager shouldn't have been exposed to.
Not really. I mean, but hey, it was curious. I got a chance to see some things.
Yeah, but you were 13. What were you seeing?
I went there to see the lifestyle.
Right.
And I saw it. And it was but I don't know if I could indulge and understand what I was even looking at. It was pretty wild.
So nobody tried to, some woman didn't come along.
I didn't say that.
Okay.
I didn't say that. What I did say is that there were very curious things taking place. And I didn't necessarily understand.
Fans couldn't help but question why a 14-year-old Usher was living with a grown man, especially considering Diddy's wild reputation at the time. Usher spilled the tea that he had free reign at Diddy's place, staying up till the early hours, partying with the adults. A seriously messed up situation. When Howard Stern asked Usher about chores, he just grinned, revealing that his only task was to party.
Could you stay up till 4 in the morning with them and party?
I mean, I could. I actually stayed up longer than them.
But here's where it takes a more concerning turn. When quizzed about whether Diddy's place was filled with girls, Usher seemed uncomfortable, shutting down the notion. However, not before letting slip that he saw some interesting things. Now, what exactly does interesting things mean, Usher?
In the 90s, do you understand what that's like?
Puffy's place was like just filled with chicks and like nonstop, right?
No, not really. I mean, but hey, it was curious. I got a chance to see some things.
Let's rewind to that cringeworthy moment when Diddy spilled the beans during an interview about sharing a bed with Usher. Hold up a minute. Why on earth would Diddy be bunking in with a 14-year-old, especially when Diddy's got a mansion with rooms for days? In a rather nonchalant manner, Diddy dropped the bomb saying, "That's my brother right here. We used to wake up and pause, but like tea out. Back in the days when he was like 10 and I was a little bit older, we used to fight over the Frosted Flakes."
My brother right here from day one, we used to wake up and, pause, but like, check this out. Back in the days when he was like 10 and I was a little bit older, his older brother, we used to fight over the Frosted Flakes. You know what I'm saying? Before pause was invented. You know what I'm saying? But it's my brother for real. We used to actually wrestle off of the Frosted Flakes because he used to always get up early with me. Now he's one of the richest stars in the world. And
Now hold on a second. Frosted Flakes? Seriously? There's more to this tale than meets the eye. Fans were left scratching their heads, wondering what was really going on between them. And whatever it was, it seemed very shady indeed. However, it seemed like Diddy snapped back to reality after those words escaped his lips, swiftly trying to move past it, while Usher stood there looking a bit embarrassed, as if Diddy had just said something that should have stayed under wraps.
What the did Puff just say? Nobody's gonna acknowledge this but me. Puff just said we used to wrestle over the Frosted Flakes, and we're streaming live. That was, listen,
While Usher has been tight-lipped about what really went down at Diddy's party, the lingering question remains, did he get his hands dirty, and does Diddy have some dirt on him? Or maybe he dove too deep and now doesn't know how to get out. It could even be that he's fearing Diddy might try to pull a stunt similar to what he allegedly did to Jamie Foxx when he allegedly tried to unalive Jamie. Let's dive into the rumors swirling around Diddy's alleged interactions with another young man in the industry. And this time, it's none other than Justin Bieber. There have been constant whispers about Justin Bieber's wild 48-hour escapade with Diddy. When he was just 15, Justin himself has shed light on a dark chapter in his life, when he was caught up in the dark side of the industry and was hooked on drugs. Now, this adds another layer of suspicion, considering Diddy's alleged reputation for substance use. For quite some time, rumors have circulated, hinting at Diddy's alleged inappropriate behavior towards Justin during his younger years. The 48-hour stint took an intriguing turn when Diddy promised Justin a Ferrari for his 16th birthday. Now, was that Ferrari merely a gift, or did it serve as a means to keep Justin tied to whatever was going on behind the scenes? These rumors are gaining momentum, and it's time to unpack the events. There are also murmurs suggesting that Diddy might have allegedly played a role in getting Justin hooked on drugs. Justin has openly discussed his struggles with addiction in the past, and it's sad to learn about the challenges he faced in the industry at such a tender age.
There was a time where I was sipping lean, I was popping pills, I was doing Molly, shrooms, everything, and it was just an escape from me.
He also talked about how difficult it was for him to beat the addiction.
I was waking up in the morning and the first thing I was doing is popping pills and smoking a blunt and starting my day. It just got scary. I basically said to myself, I'm like, God, if you're real, you get me through this season of stopping these pills and stuff, and if you do, I'll do the rest of the work.
Fans couldn't help but notice a significant shift in Justin's circle after he made the decision to clean up his act and stop using. He distanced himself from Diddy and didn't spend as much time with Usher as he used to before embracing a sober lifestyle. Justin embarked on a remarkable journey, waving goodbye to drugs, achieving sobriety, and taking his career to new heights. Now, circling back to the Diddy saga, brace yourselves for an even wilder twist, because Katt Williams just dropped a bombshell, claiming that Diddy allegedly attempted something sinister against Jamie last year. Jamie allegedly wanted out of Diddy's infamous freak-offs, and according to him, this decision led to a shocking incident. In case you missed the tea, Jamie faced a severe health setback last year, experiencing a medical emergency on a movie set. While the Foxx family initially kept the details under wraps, Jamie's daughter Corinne stepped in with a statement saying, "From the Foxx family, we wanted to share that my father, Jamie Foxx, experienced a medical complication yesterday. Luckily, due to quick action and great care, he is already on his way to recovery. We know how beloved he is and appreciate your prayers. The family asks for privacy during this time." The interesting thing about this is that several people in the industry who seem to be in the know kind of hinted that he was the victim of an attack. For example, Steve Harvey said, "I don't even really know what happened, man. I was just stunned because Jamie's fit. This dude, he don't do nothing, man. This dude is fit, so I was concerned, man. So I hope everything works out. I'm pretty sure it will." Martin Lawrence also said, I wish him the best. He's in my prayers every night. He's not only one of our best entertainers we have out here, but he's a great person and he's a genuine person, so please pray for him." Nia Long also tweeted, "My heart is heavy this morning, praying for our brother Jamie Foxx. My love and prayers run deep for you and your loved ones. Pray for Jamie Foxx." It got even weirder when reports started going around that the cops paid a visit to Jamie in the hospital, and he allegedly told them that what happened to him wasn't an accident because someone had actually tried to unalive him on purpose. A source said, "Jamie Foxx told the cops somebody is trying to kill him." I'm telling you, man, it's like they have a timer of these celebs' lives. I believe him. Well, it didn't take long before people started to point fingers at Diddy and accuse him of allegedly being the brains behind Jamie's medical emergency. Now, people think that the reason Diddy is coming for Jamie is that Jamie recently confirmed that Diddy used to attend and host wild parties back in the day, and a lot of shady stuff used to go down, and he used to record them.
I would show up to the party in my little town car. This town, I grabbed a town car so I could skirt. Puff the SUVs and the Bentleys, the whole night. He get out, I get out too with a camera, the big Canon. Like, yo, Puff, I should document this, right? Yo, what's up, Playboy? What you talking about? I said, I should get this, man. You, Fonzworth, the whole night. He says, yeah, let him through. Excuse me. So I get the, but at that time, it wasn't like the little camera y'all got. It was the big intrusive Canon. I had a battery pack. Hold on, man. Let me change the pack. Put my light on here. Do that again, Puff. Do that again. I missed that one. Do that again. Put the pack. So I started following him. So I followed him the whole time. I remember watching Puff at the Beverly Hills Hotel. I'm filming this.
In Cassie's lawsuit, she spoke about how Diddy often tried to unalive his ops and take them out permanently. She said, for example, on one occasion, when Mr. Combs and Ms. Ventura were using drugs together in his home, one of his security staff barged in and announced that Suge Knight, a longtime rival of Mr. Combs, was spotted at Mel's Drive-In Diner in Los Angeles. Mr. Combs began to get dressed, retrieved multiple guns from a safe, and ran out of his home to where he believed Mr. Knight was dining. She also claimed that Diddy allegedly tried to unalive Kid Cudi because he found out that Cassie had been dating Kid Cud after she left him. She said, in February 2012, during Paris Fashion Week, Mr. Combs told Ms. Ventura that he was going to blow up Kid Cudi's car and that he wanted to ensure that Kid Cudi was home with his friends when it happened. Around that time, Kid Cudi's car exploded in his driveway. For the next couple of weeks, it was touch and go because there would be more updates saying stuff like, he's okay, thank God, he's still in the hospital and doctors are running tests, but he's awake and alert. They're keeping him under observation. But the next thing we knew, there would be an update about how his health had taken a turn and his family was fearing for the worst. It was a pretty insane situation, but Katt is now insisting that Diddy was allegedly trying to teach Jamie a lesson. See, not only did Jamie spill the tea about Diddy's parties, but he also allegedly got sick and tired of the freak-offs, and he decided to call it quits. And one thing about Diddy is that he does not handle rejection well. But hold on, because there's still a lot more to unpack here. According to an insider, Jamie allegedly not only used to be a big HOE back in the 90s, but he was also bisexual.
So back in the 90s, my mom nicknamed Jamie Foxx. Like, if you take the O out of his name and replace it with a U, that's what she used to call him. But to his face, it's like a haha joke because he used to bang so many guys and girls in Hollywood.
But that's not even the juiciest part of the story because her next revelation is shocking.
And he used to have these things called butt naked basketball games, okay? He would invite over a lot of like Hollywood's elite to his house for a basketball game, but it was men only. And they would be like, oh, we're just gonna get naked and play basketball. It's like, oh, haha, let's get naked and play basketball together, which is weird. And this happened in the 90s.
Playing basketball shirtless? Now that's one thing, but stripping down entirely? That's just suspicious. Let's not kid ourselves. It sounds like they were engaged in more than just a casual game of hoops. I mean, come on, it's probably a front for some adult activities of a certain nature. And what's intriguing is that one of Diddy's former bodyguards spilled the tea about him attending similar gatherings.
She was at a party before that they attended, and you said the party was weird. Tell me about that.
I guess that's what Tupac was talking about, the Illuminati and shit. It's like Vivica Fox was with this big gay man. He was 6'9". They called him, his name 6'9". He had the red hair with big old booty and shit. Nobody was gaying him over. What the f is going on here? It's just a lot of weird shit, dude.
Yeah, I'm connecting the dots here and it's painting a pretty clear picture. But hold on, my good sis still had a lot more gossip to dish out.
A lot of your like favorite celebrities were there, including someone who may or may not been married to someone who was drinking that lemonade. If you want to know like who was probably at these games, just look at like who P. Diddy and Jamie Foxx have been hanging around for years, especially the super successful ones. Usher was definitely there.
Diddy wasn't about to take this double insult lying down, and according to Katt, Diddy decided to teach Jamie a lesson for meddling with him. But he didn't stop there, because he also revealed that there was a reason Jamie's family decided to handle the situation privately. He claimed that Jamie's family might have suspected something was amiss, which is why they kept his illness on the down low. It seems like they were playing it cautiously and scared of revealing too much. You know how it is in Hollywood. It's like navigating a real-life chess game, and one wrong move could turn you into the next headline. And let's not forget, if Diddy's involved as the rumors hint, nobody wants to be on the wrong side of that drama. So instead of risking exposure and putting Jamie in further jeopardy, they played it smart, protecting themselves while still giving us just enough to keep the gossip mill churning. But there's more, because remember how Katt said that Diddy offered him $50 million for a one-night stand?
I've had to turn down $50 million 4 times. 4 times, just to protect my integrity and that virgin hole I was telling you about. Right, because P. Diddy be wanting to party. And you gotta tell him no. You got to tell him no. I did.
fell. I did. Fans had a lot to say about this and left comments saying, Diddy would have been super serious about silencing Katt W, knowing what a threat he is to him. He can't off him because that would be obvious seeing as Katt has already outed him. So what better way than to bring him into the fold? $50,000 shows you the desperation. But think about it, once you join the club, you can't exactly talk about it. There were other comments saying, like Katt said about Jamie, how do you have a mysterious illness? And I'm starting to think Diddy is truly a megalomaniac. That brother is a menace to society and something needs to change quickly before he causes someone to lose their life. This is not a game at all. Yeah, there's a lot going on here, but y'all drop your thoughts about this in the comments, then check out this next video.